What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Wednesday, March 29th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 10-game slate tonight. Our picks have been on fire. All 5 of our picks were good yesterday. We've been doing pretty well the past few days, so let's see if we can keep it going. At the point guard position, I like Jalen Green from the Houston Rockets playing the Brooklyn Nets, who have a good defense overall, but they give up the 8th most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Also eligible at the shooting guard position, Jalen Green has averaged 34.1 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 34 minutes per game with a 28% usage rate. He's projected at 34.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's just about 5 times value. He's 7,000 DraftKings salary, 300 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 230 points scored in this game, and Jalen Green has scored 30, 41, and 25 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 34, 35, and 30 minutes. And he scored 33 and 46 fantasy points in his last 2 games versus the Nets. So I like Jalen Green here versus the Brooklyn Nets. Now I also like Jaden Ivey on FanDuel. He's 7,200 DraftKings salary, but he's 600 less on FanDuel. And Jaden Ivey has scored 54, 34, and 30 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 31, 41, and 30 minutes. So he's 7,200 DraftKings salary, but yeah, 600 less on FanDuel. So I love that FanDuel price. He's got a good matchup here versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I also like Jaden Ivey on FanDuel here versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. So I like Mikal Bridges from the Brooklyn Nets playing the Houston Rockets, who have the 2nd worst defense overall. They give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Mikal Bridges has averaged 34.2 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 36 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. He's projected at 37.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's just about 5 times value. He's 7,600 DraftKings salary, 500 more on FanDuel, and Vegas thinks there's going to be 230 points scored in this game. Mikal Bridges has scored 59, 46, and 42 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 34, 38, and 34 minutes. And he's got a pretty decent track record here versus the Rockets. Scored 45, 31, 37, 25, and 44 fantasy points in his last 5 games versus the Rockets. So I like Mikal Bridges here versus the Houston Rockets. So at the small forward position, I got a value play for you here. Actually, not a value play, a mid-range play. But this guy has been absolutely fantastic for us. So we're going to continue to pick him. until things change here. So I like Quentin Grimes from the New York Knicks playing the Miami Heat, who have a good defense overall. They're middle of the pack defending opposing small forwards. Also available at the shooting guard position, Quentin Grimes has averaged 19.7 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 29 minutes per game with a 14% usage rate. But take a look at his last 3 games. Scored 40, 49, and 29 fantasy points in his last 3 games, playing 37, 38, and 25 minutes. My son has the case of the giggles, so it's starting to spill over onto this video. So it's not funny, but Quentin Grimes has played exceptional the past couple of games. His price tag is still low. So I like Quentin Grimes here versus the Miami Heat. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, moving on to the power forward position. So we called this pick last game, and we're going to call it again here this game. So I like Bobby Portis from the Milwaukee Bucks playing the Indiana Pacers, who have the 3rd worst defense overall, give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Bobby Portis has averaged 30.2 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 26 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. Now, he's only projected at 29 fantasy points here tonight, but he's got 40 plus fantasy point upside if he can play 30 plus minutes again here tonight. Fantastic matchup. He's 6,900 DraftKings salary, 200 less on FanDuel. Now, Bobby Portis scored 47, 19, and 18 fantasy points in the last 3 games. I did not say fantastic catch up. I said he's been fantastic over the last 2 games or the last game. So Bobby Portis, I think he's got a chance to explode here tonight. He has scored 31, 42, 31, and 39 fantasy points in his last 4 games versus the Pacers. Yes, I did say Bobby. That's his name. His name is Bobby Portis. So I like Bobby Portis here versus the Indiana Pacers. Okay, moving on to the center position. Let's see if we can finish this out strong. So here's a value play here. Take a look at Jalen Duren from the Detroit Pistons playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have the 7th worst defense overall. They're middle of the pack defending opposing centers. Jalen Duren has averaged 24.4 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 25 minutes per game with a 14% usage rate. He's projected at 24.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.8 times value. So he's only 5,100 DraftKings salary, but he is 1,600 more on FanDuel. So this would be a DraftKings play for me. Jalen Duren has scored 38 and 23 fantasy points in the last 2 games, playing 27 and 24 minutes. So Jalen Duren has 35 plus fantasy point upside, and I think his DraftKings salary is pretty attractive here. So I like Jalen Duren here versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.